Hello everyone, this video is in continuation to our videos for the chapter 6 life processes CBSE grade 10th. In our previous video we had discussed the two important questions, characters of a respiratory surface and why the rate of breathing in aquatic animals is faster as compared to terrestrial. In this video we'll talk about the whole respiratory tract. In one go we'll talk from nostrils till alveoli, plus I'll also explain you exchange of gases in the alveoli which takes place, and after this the next video will be on breathing mechanism, and then we'll wind up respiration. So let's start respiratory tract. When I say, let's make the tract and label it and simultaneously understand its functions. So it starts from the nostrils, moving through the trachea, moves further, and it is divided into two bronchi. Two bronchi because there are two lungs, so one each. So lungs are triangular structures, triangular at the top and broad or wide at the base. Right lung is larger as compared to left lung. This is the right side, and the left side, of course, it is labeled as it is present in our body. This becomes the right and this becomes the left side. Now this bronchi is further divided into, first it is divided into three main divisions because there are three lobes in the right lung, and here in the left side it divides into two divisions because there are two lobes in the right lung, and then these are primary bronchi, then the secondary bronchi. These further bifurcate now into bronchioles, which finally end up in the alveoli. Fine. I'll just make one each so that it's clear. So this is the alveoli. There are millions of alveoli per lung, which increase the surface area of lung for the process of exchange of gases. I've made only one alveoli. We'll also see the magnification of alveoli afterwards. So let's start the labeling. This is the nostril, pharynx, larynx, somewhere here, neck region, trachea, this is the lung. I just label one side and then I'll tell you the that also, the layers also. This is bronchi, or you can say primary bronchi, this is secondary, tertiary, and then last labeling, this is alveoli. Fine. This is the respiratory, and plus a very important structure which plays a very important role in the process of mechanism of breathing, that is the diaphragm. This is fine. So let's talk about it one by one. Herein, starting with the nostrils. Now nostrils, these are the openings through which the air enters inside the respiratory tract. It is lined with hair and mucus. Hair and mucus, and both of them, it helps in filtration of air. While it passes through it, whatever dust particles or bacteria are there, they are entrapped by the hair and the mucus, and then the mucus also helps in cooling the air, and then it moves inside the tract. Pharynx and larynx, they are just passages. Larynx is the voice box. Then we have trachea. Now, trachea is the windpipe. And it has C-shaped cartilaginous rings present in it. The function of C-shaped cartilaginous rings is to prevent collapsing of trachea. Fine, doesn't allow the trachea to collapse when there is no air in it. So the air passes through the nostril and through the trachea, and now it passes into the bronchi, into each lung. So when I say trachea, bronchi, bronchioles, all the three are just passages. They do not play any role, any exchange or nothing. So the air while passing and finally it reaches the last part of the respiratory tract, that is the alveoli, wherein exchange of gases take place, where the exchange is now going to take place. Let's see once again. Through nostril, pharynx, larynx, trachea, through bronchi, enter inside the lung. Just the movement. Inhalation, air is taken in. Fine. Let's see the structure of an enlarged alveoli and understand how exchange takes place here. Yahan tak what has happened? What all air was breathed in, which had a high amount of oxygen in it, has been breathed in inside the alveoli. So at this point of time, after every inhalation, alveoli is rich in oxygen. One more thing. It is only air which passes here. There is no blood in the alveoli. Alveoli में सिर्फ हवा है. They are air sacs. It just has air in it. Now, as I told you when we discussed that what are the characters of a respiratory surface, it is highly vascular. Large amount of blood vessels are surrounding it. So this blood vessel, this is a blood vessel, or I can say this is a vein, which I've made this side, and herein further it's coming out, it's an artery, because oxygenation of blood takes place and then it goes to the heart. We will discuss it in transportation. So herein alveoli at this point of time is rich in सबसे ज़्यादा oxygen उसके अंदर present है इस time, और यहाँ पे the blood which is flowing, it has carbon dioxide in it. And if you remember what we did in grade 9th and 8th, that carbon dioxide, it can be transported either attached to the hemoglobin or bicarbonates or dissolved in plasma. कोई भी तीन form में हो सकता है. And अच्छा, one more thing, blood में gas cannot travel as such, as in it has to be either it should bind with hemoglobin or dissolved in plasma, but वो as such gas हमारे blood vessels में move नहीं कर सकता. Now what happens? Exchange takes place. As herein carbon dioxide is more, so the partial pressure of carbon dioxide here in blood vessel is more, and partial pressure of oxygen in the alveoli is more. So it moves from more to less. यहाँ oxygen ज़्यादा, यहाँ oxygen कम है, यहाँ carbon dioxide ज़्यादा, यहाँ, and diffusion says moves from high to low. So क्योंकि यहाँ carbon dioxide ज़्यादा है, tends to move inside the alveoli. And as and when it moves inside, वो जिससे भी attached है, hemoglobin जिससे भी, it converts into gaseous form and then it is passed into the alveoli. उधर oxygen content is more here and less here. So oxygen tends to flow or diffuse from the alveoli into the blood vessel. As and when this oxygen comes here, it combines with the hemoglobin molecule to form oxyhemoglobin. What is hemoglobin? Hemoglobin is a red colored pigment which is present in RBCs. It is responsible for conduction of oxygen and some amount of carbon dioxide. So oxygen comes here and forms again oxyhemoglobin. ऐसे ही बनता जाएगा and then it will, oxygenated blood is formed. The blood which is flowing here is deoxygenated blood. It is oxidized, and then the blood which is moving out is an oxygenated blood. So this is how the exchange of gases take place around the alveoli, and hence we get oxygenated blood. अब यहाँ से this oxygenated blood will go to each and every cell जहाँ respiration होने वाला है, जो हम पहले discuss कर चुके हैं. So this is the passage, the respiratory structure. It comes in the paper for drawing also. So please draw it and then prepare. And plus the exchange of gases, you must be very, very clear about it. The passage should be clear about it. You must know why C-shaped rings are present here over trachea. You must know what are the characteristic feature of alveoli for exchange of gases, how exchange of gases take place. So this is all about the respiratory tract. In our next video, we will talk about the mechanism of breathing, wherein we will discuss inhalation and exhalation. So keep watching, liking, sharing, subscribing. Thank you.